This is The Scoop for Monday.
I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. Anger surrounding Trump's domestic policies, mass layoffs caused by his cuts to federal agencies, and ongoing U.S. support for Israel amid their continued assault on people in Palestine sparked more than 1,500 protests on Saturday, with more than 5,000 people showing up to a rally in Tampa. The rally was organized by a group called A Better World is Possible, along with a vast coalition of organizations. Eric Rhodes served in the Marines during the Gulf War and said Trump's cuts to the VA and Social Security benefits are hurting those who put their health on the line after they served in the line of duty.
Then go into the VA healthcare, firing people that are taking care of us, shutting down the suicide hotline, firing people that were answering the phones when a vet says, I'm having a really hard time. Do you know, right now, I'm having a really hard time, and I'm not okay. But what am I going to do if they take that away, if they take my ability away to call in and say, hey, look, I need help. I'm not okay. And I can't abandon these people. Their rights are getting taken too.
Tampa's rally was one of several nearby, including St. Petersburg, Sarasota, and Wesley Chapel. A bill to ban weather modification projects passed the Florida Senate last week. WMNF's Chris Young reports, among other things, the bill seeks to prevent what some called chemtrails.
Senate Bill 56 would ban the release of chemicals into the air meant to affect the climate. Republican Senator Ileana Garcia sponsored the bill.
The bill doesn't ban legitimate climate research. It bans unregulated weather modification and geoengineering experiments that lack transparency and oversight. The ones that lead to the conspiracy theories, unfortunately.
The bill faced little debate and pushback on the Senate floor, except from Democratic Senator Tina Polsky.
What I don't understand is if somebody reports seeing, let's just say, for example, a chemtrail or something that they believe is a problem, by nature of what it is, it dissipates into the atmosphere. So how would DEP investigate if there was a violation of this law?
I think it's not just based on one complaint, right, or one report. I think it would be based on various.
In a video posted to social media platform X, Governor Ron DeSantis also spoke out in support of the bill. But the governor spoke out against the House version, saying they, quote, gutted the bill. The bill passed 28-9 in the Senate. Chris Young, WMNF News.
A pair of bills that would extend legal protections for human fetuses are moving through the Florida legislature. If passed, the bills would extend provisions of personal injury laws to unborn fetuses, allowing family members to seek compensation as a result of negligence. Mario Peterson reports on the civil liability for the wrongful death of an unborn child bill.
HB 1517 would allow survivors of an unborn child to seek legal action against someone deemed negligent in its death. The legislation also seeks to define an unborn child as a member of the species Homo sapien in any stage of development who is carried in the womb. Jay Wolfson is a professor of public health law at Stetson University. He says while the bill's main goal is to protect the unborn, its bigger goal may be to legally define the term unborn person here in Florida.
This is an express effort to say, from the moment of conception, this is a human being.
Should the bill pass, survivors of the deceased, parents, and other family members would be able to seek legal recourse. The Florida House of Representatives will perform a second reading of the bill Wednesday. Joe Mario Pedersen in Orlando.
A U.S. district judge Friday temporarily blocked a new Florida law aimed at cracking down on undocumented immigrants. Miami-based Judge Kathleen Williams issued a 14-page decision granting a request for a temporary restraining order against the law, which the Republican-controlled legislature and Governor Ron DeSantis approved in February. The law created state crimes for undocumented immigrants who enter or re-enter Florida. Williams issued the temporary restraining order 2 days after the Florida Immigrant Coalition, the Farm Worker Association of Florida, and two individual plaintiffs filed the lawsuit, alleging in part that the law violates what is known as the Supremacy Clause of the U.S. Constitution because immigration enforcement is a federal responsibility. Lawmakers passed the measure during a Friday special session, saying they were trying to help carry out President Donald Trump's immigration policies. McCarty Jackson, executive director of the ACLU of Florida, said in a statement late Friday, quote, "The court's order halts a dangerous and discriminatory law that sought to criminalize people for simply moving within the United States," unquote. Sunshine and clouds today with highs in the upper 80s. Showers and thunderstorms tonight with overnight lows in the mid-60s. Cloudy skies tomorrow with highs in mid-70s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.